Coming up next on TV5 News Live. Changes be in the works for this year's Autumn Leaf Festival. The details are coming up.
It seems like we just finished a round of elections. Well, another round is on the way. Find out what candidates have announced their intentions for the May primary.
And it's Oscar nomination day. A look at the nominees coming up.
All this and more coming up right after this on Clarion's very own TV5 News Live.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by Fox's Pizza Den. Fox's Pizza Den is located on Old Route 66 in Clarion and offers all-day delivery. Phone 226-5555. That's 226-5555. Fox's Pizza Den is open 7 days a week for your convenience. Phone 226-5555.
I'll take Simmons.
Give me Jones.
Anderson.
Smith.
Lightfoot.
Jeff.
Hernandez.
Swifka.
Harris.
Lavender.
Peavy.
Yes.
In the game of life, you've got a much better chance at getting picked for a cool job with great pay if you take algebra, geometry, and calculus. You need to know how math can improve your future. Demand it. Call NACME. We'll tell you.
Feedback starts now. And I said, you know, it wasn't a better name for a movie to come out now, and I think I'm going to make the movie or write the book. It would be a great book to have, and you can call to get her book. You can also find it online. Well, I have a feeling I'm going to be rather opinionated, people I know. So let's ask them about scheduling. Why is it that students have such a problem here with?
Tune into Feedback with Mark Despotakis every Tuesday and Wednesday night beginning at 7:30 p.m.
We're totally out of time. No time to talk to you. We'll see you tomorrow.
This is TV5 News Live. Good evening. It's Tuesday, February 13th, 2001. I'm Susan Honorad.
And I'm Amanda Miller. Welcome to TV5 News Live. Here's a look at some stories we'll be bringing you in the next half hour.
Changes are in store for Clarion's Autumn Leaf Festival. The details are coming up.
And a local bar and restaurant will not be able to provide entertainment for the next few months. Find out why.
And as always, Joyce Strain will be here with your weather outlook. These stories and more coming up in the next half hour.
The Clarion branch of National City was robbed this afternoon. Mark Despotakis has all the latest details live in the newsroom.
Thanks, Amanda. That's right. The Clarion branch of the National City Bank on Main Street was robbed this afternoon. We were on the scene. Here's a look at how the day's events played out. Borough Police, along with several other area agencies, responded to the National City Bank on Main Street this afternoon.
2:30 this afternoon, one male entered the bank. There were no other customers in the bank at the time. He approached one of the bank personnel, wrote out a note, delivered that note to the bank personnel demanding the money from the bank.
Clarion University public safety officials took precautions on campus by posting crime alert signs in all campus buildings.
Well, there are officers from other departments who are assisting us in actually going into the residence halls and speaking with people personally to stress the importance of letting us know, if this person is seen, that it's important that the police be notified.
Okay. So that's the information actually as we know it right now. I've been on the phone a few times with the police here in Clarion, and what they're telling me is that they do not know if the people I've spoken with said that their police officers are still out looking for this man. So as we know right now, he is still out there. I believe you were just taking a look at the full screen about the man. If we can, pop that back up again, I'll describe what we know. This is what was told to us by the police. The subject is described as a white male, 6 foot tall, slender to medium build, clean-shaven, early 20s, wearing a bright red knit tassel cap and black hooded sweatshirt with pouch on front, blue jeans, and tennis shoes. The actor was also carrying a black book bag, and we are told that when he left the National City Bank, he turned left down Main Street, so that meant he would have been heading east toward the university. As kind of alluding to, there was a possibility that he may have been a student here at the university, but that certainly is not known. As I said, I don't know anything else besides that. We have been checking in with the police. If we should happen to find something else before the end of the newscast, we will, of course, let you know, and you can stay tuned tomorrow night. But if you have any information on this, you can call Clarion Borough Police at 914-226-9140. Live in the newsroom, I'm Mark Despotakis.
Thanks, Mark. Questions surround the process that Clarion Area Chamber of Business and Industry used to select vendors for this year's Autumn Leaf Festival and Spring Fling. Several vendors here notified through a letter that their product was not chosen for this year's event. The letters did not state a reason for the rejections. 3 of the vendors who received this word are considering legal action. All 3 vendors have participated in Autumn Leaves for at least 3 years and one for 21 years. Amanda?
Well, Susan, there's some more information coming out of the Clarion Chamber of Business and Industry. Chamber Executive Director Karen Pope announced she will resign from her job March 31st. TV5 News spoke with the Chamber office this afternoon, and they told us Gail Owen will be the interim director. Owen has served on the Chamber's board and is familiar with their activities. By the way, this year's Autumn Leaf Festival is scheduled for September 22nd through September 30th.
It's only February, and the warm temperatures of may seem far away, but in political terms, the May primary election is very close. Here is a look at some candidates who have announced their candidacy for the May primary. Knoxboro Police Chief William Peck announced he will seek the Republican nomination for Clarion County Sheriff. Rick Goebel of Clarion will seek the Clarion County Coroner post. Connell Taylor of Sligo Borough and Doris McCormick of Knox will both run for Jury Commissioner on the Democratic side. Stay with TV5 News for complete election coverage.
A local bar and restaurant will not be able to provide entertainment for the next 6 months. The Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board suspended the amusement permit for Gisella's and Enzo's Bar and Lounge. The suspension results from noise violations and will take effect March 19th through September 17th. The bar will continue to use its jukebox and will have live instrumental music, but no vocal music. The suspension came just days after Jeremy Wagner was critically injured during the February 4th altercation in the parking lot of the bar. So did you head into Pittsburgh this past weekend for the implosion of Three Rivers Stadium? Many enjoyed the view from Mount Washington, but some Mount Washington restaurants have been cited for opening their doors at 6 a.m., not at 7 a.m. like state liquor control board laws require. Many have complained to the LCB about the decision, but they say their decision stands because restaurants could have paid the state $50 extra to open earlier Sunday morning.
Stay with us. There's much more to come.
So what is the best way to warm up these cold days of winter? How about a look back at some summer movies? Look at the Oscar nominations is coming up.
Plus, will Bill Clinton be working out in Midtown Manhattan or Harlem? Find out the new details coming up.
And as always, we will look at your TV weather forecast. Stay with us.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by the Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant. The Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant is located at 540 Main Street in Clarion and offers dining as well as a nightclub. The restaurant and nightclub are open 7 days a week for your convenience. Call the Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant 226-8400.
Hi everybody, I'm Brandy. How would you like to give hope to millions of the world's children? UNICEF, the United Nations Children's Fund, is saving lives in over 140 countries by providing kids with medicine, clean water, nutrition, and education. With your help, UNICEF can make a huge difference in our world. For more information, call 1-800-FOR-KIDS. Thank you.
Standing out from the crowd is easy when you stop in at Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall. Whether you're looking for junior trendy, girls, or fashion for women, they have it all with many different styles. With our newly expanded shoe and accessory department, you're surely to find that special touch to enhance that new outfit. And if you have a fashion question, our experts are here to help. That's Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall, just off Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. Sunday from noon till 5.
On the big highway of life, there's only one safe place for kids. The front seat's not the place to drop out. Don't want that big old bag to pop out. Put that booties in the back seat. Have that the kids can never be out. Here to remind you to put them behind you. say, wow, look at here. To stay alive even when I drive.
Susan Honorat, Amanda Miller, Joy Stray, Matt Ness. From Studio A, this is TV5 News Live.
Welcome back to TV5 News. The Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection today announced the Meadville Regional Office's campaign to reduce energy use and waste creation that started in 1997 is paying off, according to a recent self-evaluation. The Meadville's Efficiency Reduction and Improvement Team found office paper use in 2000 was down by 49%, and electricity use was down 11.9% from 1997. The next challenge is to reduce vehicle usage.
A Cleveland woman and her mother were killed after an accident on the Ohio Turnpike Tuesday. Police say their car was driving slowly or even backing up when a tractor-trailer slammed into the back of it. The accident happened near the interchange of Interstate 480. 29-year-old Elvira Butanko was driving her mother, who just arrived from Russia Monday. State troopers hope to contact family members through the U.S. Embassy in Moscow. A new political party is being developed at Penn State University. The students hope to voice their opinions in local government issues. It plans to register voters and find 3 candidates for borough council seats in November.
The Johnstown Police Department could face more claims of racial profiling. The Johnstown Tribune Democrat reports today that a formal complaint is pending after a black man and his wife say they were stopped in a downtown fast food restaurant on January 16th.
It's spreading fast. Here are the films in the running for the year's Academy Awards. For the Best Picture, the nominees are Chocolat, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Aaron Brockovich, Gladiator, and Traffic. Sherry Sylvester takes a look at the other contenders.
Oscar voters gave their thumbs up to the sword and sandals spectacle Gladiator and added a page to the history books as well. While Gladiator goes into Oscar's arena with 12 nominations, including Best Picture, filmmaker Steven Soderbergh becomes the only double Best Director nominee with 2 Best Picture contenders, Traffic and Aaron Brockovich. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is only the 7th foreign language film in Oscar history to get the Best Picture nod, one of 10 nominations for the Mandarin Chinese martial arts fantasy. The Academy indulged its sweet tooth, adding Chocolat to the Best Picture race.
That is my work, my sweat, my time away from my kids. If that's not personal, I don't know what is.
In the Best Actress category, it's an open and shut case for Julia Roberts and Aaron Brockovich. Count Laura Linney for You Can Count on Me. Juliette Binoche gets her just desserts for Chocolat. Joan Allen is a contender for her political turn in The Contender. And Ellen Burstyn's portrait of a diet pill addict in Requiem for a Dream rounds out the category.
I like the way I feel.
Ed Harris's picture of painter Jackson Pollock in Pollock brings him into the Best Actor race. At Jeffrey Rush for his turn as the Marquis de Sade in Quills. Javier Bardem as writer Reynaldo Arenas in Before Night Falls. And 2-time Oscar winner Tom Hanks, the sole survivor in Castaway.
I have made fire!
Russell Crowe gets into the Best Actor arena with Gladiator. His director, Ridley Scott, will compete in the Best Director category, along with Crouching Tiger's Ang Lee. And Billy Elliot's Stephen Daldry, the only filmmaker whose work did not get the nod for Best Picture. Directing Traffic, Steven Soderbergh, who again gets 2 shots at the trophy for Best Director, nominated as well for his work on Aaron Brockovich. Winners will be announced March 25th. Sherry Sylvester, CNN Entertainment News, Hollywood.
Coming up next, a look ahead to your weekend weather forecast. But first, here's a look at tonight's lotto numbers.
Was made possible through a grant by the Carpet Barn. The Carpet Barn is located at 470 South 5th Avenue in Clarion. The Carpet Barn is open Monday through Saturday for all your carpet needs. So call the Carpet Barn, 226-7332.
may not look like it, but you're watching the future of the Earth pass by. Because many of these products are made from materials you've been recycling. But to keep recycling working, you need to buy products that say, made from recycled materials. For all those next in line, it would mean the world to them.
Two Army helicopters crashed while on night exercises over Hawaii. The Navy says it's still not sure whether the two choppers collided. 6 soldiers were killed in the crash and 11 were injured. The Pentagon said, quote, "The helicopters somehow came in contact." President Bush visited Norfolk, Virginia to see new technology that is beginning to develop for a more modern military. This comes with plans to give a pay increase to men and women in uniform. Bush also indicated today that he doesn't really want lawmakers to investigate President Clinton's pardon in his other final act in office. Bush says it's time to move on.
President Bush asked Massachusetts Governor Paul Cellucci to serve as ambassador to Canada. The governor said he'd proudly accept the post if confirmed by the Senate. In a statement, the president said Cellucci's appointment signifies the importance he places on the relationship between the U.S. and Canada. Cellucci says he'll remain governor until the Senate confirmation process is completed. Lieutenant Governor James Swift would take over the job if Cellucci leaves the governorship. Former President Bill Clinton has found a new office space in Harlem. Clinton said Harlem was his immediate choice after the controversy over how much office space in Manhattan would cost taxpayers. However, the details of the lease are still under negotiation.
The makers of the Toyota Camry and the Ford Crown Victoria are seeing stars, 5 of them. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is giving those cars a rollover rating of 5 stars, the highest possible. As Skip Lozier reports, the rating means in single vehicle accidents, the Camry and Crown Victoria would roll over less than 10% of the time.
Round 2 of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's rollover ratings give the 2001 Ford Crown Victoria and the Toyota Camry 4-door 5-star ratings, making those models the least likely to roll over in a single-car accident where the vehicle runs off the road. Overall, vehicles with lower centers of gravity and wider wheelbases, like many passenger cars and minivans, fared pretty well, with rollover risks of between 10 and 20%. NHTSA says it hopes these ratings will help people become smarter car buyers, but AAA doesn't think much of them.
The kind of information that NHTSA is providing now is the kind of thing that most of us already knew, that something that's taller and has a higher center of gravity is going to be the first thing that falls over when flying around a corner.
The latest NHTSA tests confirm the rollover ratings of popular sport utility vehicles and pickup trucks aren't terrific, with more than half of the SUVs tested likely to roll over 30 to 40% of the time. NHTSA says drivers can limit the risk of being injured in a rollover accident by steering smoothly, not driving too fast for conditions, and wearing seat belts.
The amazing thing is that somewhere around 75% of the fatalities that occur in rollovers are unbelted people in the car. To me, that's just unreasonable.
Both AAA and NHTSA also agree that making sure your tires are in good shape is a must. Skip Lozier, CNN, Washington.
Now here's Joy Strain with the weather. It's a very nice day today.
It was. It was actually a beautiful day. We actually made it up to 41 this morning, which is about 12 degrees above normal. Currently, it is 39 degrees. The humidity is at 70%. The wind is out of the southwest at 10 miles per hour. Sunrise was this morning at 7:13 a.m. and sunset was this evening at 5:47 p.m. Taking a look at our satellite image map, you can see the Clipper system that's off to our southwest right now. That will be moving across our area this evening, bringing with it some heavy rain showers. And with that, we will stay in the 40s with that system. If we want to take a look at the fronts, we do have a high pressure front over our area right now. That has moved up from the south. That's what's bringing us the warmer temperatures, but also the moist air with it bringing rain showers. Taking a look at the highs for today, you can see Clarion's right along the line between 50 and 40 degrees. Like I said, it's extremely mild for this time of year, about 12 degrees above normal. And you can see some higher temperatures in the 70s and maybe even the 80s down in the south. Taking a look at the precipitation map, you can see our area, that green right there, that indicates rain showers, and that's something that we can expect throughout the week, and that is going to stay with us through at least Friday, moving into Saturday. Taking a look at our extended forecast. For tonight, cloudy, a chance of rain towards early morning, a low in the lower 30s. For tomorrow, occasional rain, a high in the upper 40s, near 50, chance of rain near 100%. Wednesday night, rain likely, mainly until midnight, low in the mid-30s. For Thursday, cloudy, a high in the upper 30s. And for Thursday night, rain likely, a low in the mid-30s. On Friday, rain likely, changing into snow showers, a high in the lower 40s. And looking ahead to Saturday, mostly cloudy with a chance of snow flurries, a low in the lower 20s and a high in the mid-30s. So we can enjoy some warmer temperatures for the rest of the week, but we're going to also have to enjoy some rain along with that.
All right. Thanks, Joy.
Thank you.
Now for a look at tonight's financial news, here's David Browd from the New York Stock Exchange.
Alan Greenspan's testimony before the Senate Banking Committee, apparently not what Wall Street was waiting for. While he was testifying, the Dow was solidly up. It, in fact, was up over 11,010 at one point. But by the time he was done, it started to sell off, and it closed barely above 10,900 at 10,903, down 43 points on the day. The NASDAQ, which had also been solidly positive, ended up selling off 61. That's 2.5% on the session. Looking at the individual stocks, we had Schlumberger, the oil services giant, down almost 5. Intel, Merck, and Philip Morris off more than 2. Disney down 1. Lucent hammered again, down another 8.5% on the day, $1.26. It was the most actively traded at 48 million shares changing hands. Winners included United Technologies up $2.40 and Boeing up $1.65. After the bell, solid earnings from Applied Materials and Sycamore Networks, but during the day, both of those sold off. Sycamore Networks down 0.5, Applied Materials down 2.25. They both added back some in after-hours trading. The downside risk predominates. That's the line that Wall Street heard loudest from Alan Greenspan. The line it wanted to hear was a promise of interest rate cuts, and it didn't hear that. What it heard instead was maybe at the end of next month, and that apparently was not good enough. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Dave Browdy. Now back to you.
Sports follows a break and a look at tonight's stocks.
Doesn't believe in heroes.
Open the mouth really big.
But he donates care to disadvantaged children.
Say,
You don't have to believe in heroes to be one. Be a hero to a child in your community. Call 1-800-6-CHILDREN.
It takes so little to save our waters for future generations. Using less toxic household cleaners and fewer lawn care chemicals protects so much. Helps stop water pollution forever. Clean water. If we all do a little, we can do a lot.
Feedback starts now.
And I said, you know, wouldn't a better name for a movie to come out now? And I think I'm going to make the movie or write the book. It would be a great book to have. And you can call to get her book. You can also find it online. Well, I have a feeling I'm going to be rather opinionated. People I know so. Let's ask them about scheduling. Why is it that students have such a problem here with?
Tune into Feedback with Mark Despotakis every Tuesday and Wednesday night beginning at 7:30 p.m.
We're totally out of time. No time to talk to you. We'll see you tomorrow.
It may not look like it, but you're watching the future of the Earth pass by. Because many of these products are made from materials you've been recycling. But to keep recycling working, you need to buy products that say, made from recycled materials. For all those next in line, it would mean the world to them.
Simmons.
Yeah. Jimmy Jones.
Anderson.
Smith.
Lightfoot.
Bishop.
Hernandez.
Sluka.
Harris.
Lavender.
Peavy.
Yes.
In the game of life, you've got a much better chance at getting picked for a cool job with great pay if you take algebra, geometry, and calculus. You need to know how math can improve your future. Demand it. Call Anatomy. We'll tell you.
And joining us with the sports tonight is Matt Ness.
Thanks, Mandy. After climbing out to take a share of the PSAC Western Division lead, the Clarion's men's basketball team was the recipient of another honor. Was named PSAC West Co-Player of the Week last week. The junior helped the Golden Eagles to a 3-0 record during that span. I asked him how it felt.
It feels good. You know, it's good to get some recognition. We've had a strong team this year, you know, and everybody stepped up and made big plays. So it's nice to get the recognition.
During the week, Shearer averaged 12 points, 12.7 rebounds, and 4.3 steals per game, and leading Clarion to 3 wins over Pitt Johnstown, Slippery Rock, and Shippensburg. Which game did he think was his best?
All around, I'd have to say Shippensburg. You know, I was strong in 4 categories, and more importantly, we got the win.
With Shearer and the other Golden Eagles clicking on all cylinders, Clarion's basketball team could have a long trip in the postseason. On the season, Shearer is now averaging 13.2 points per game, 9.6 rebounds, and has handed out 45 assists, and leads the entire PSAC with 62 steals. Last weekend, the Clarion's men's basketball team took on Lock Haven, came away with an 88-68 victory, and IUP survived a scare from the Slippery Rock to win 70-68. The Western Division now looks like this, with Edinburgh clinging to a half-game lead over IUP and Clarion. Shippensburg is still in the hunt, only a game and a half back of the leaders. In women's hoop action, the Clarion Lady Golden Eagles battled Lock Haven last weekend and took the win for women's basketball action. California upset Shippensburg 74-67. The win moved California into a 2-way tie with Slippery Rock and is now only a game back from division-leading Shippensburg. Clarion, meanwhile, sits 6th in the division, leading only last place Lock Haven. In NHL news, the Pittsburgh Penguins aren't worried about Mary Lemieux's sore back yet. Lemieux skipped a voluntary practice Monday, but showed up at the Penguins' practice rink and told teammates he was feeling better. Lemieux hasn't played much worse since returning to the team than he did in the Penguins' 4-2 loss Sunday to the expansion Minnesota Wild. He was held scoreless for only the second time in his 19-game comeback. Restricted by back pain in the Wild's neutral zone trap, he took only 3 shots, all in the third period. In a 5-4 overtime victory Saturday over the Devils, he was limited to a single assist. While he no longer has the debilitating pain that once forced him to stop playing for weeks at a time, he was uncertain how his back would respond after being away from the game for so long. That's all for me. Take care, everyone. Now back over to Mandy and Susan.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Tune in tomorrow night for TV News with Terry Lopu and Kelly Esno.
Have a good evening.
Copyright 2001, Clarion University Broadcasting.